Hey guys, we just saw Jordan Peele's Nope. Are aliens finally coming to get the guy from Get Out?
Stick around, because we're about to find out.
All right, Ashley, Jordan Peele's Nope. What'd you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting movie. It's your typical Jordan Peele movie.
Pretty typical of Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
It's got like your suspense, got your horror, and your comedic elements in
Yeah,
this.
it's like to me, it's a dark comedy. I enjoy Peele movies.
Suspenseful comedy.
Yeah, there's suspense to it. I do enjoy the movies. They're weird. There's like it's almost like a Quentin Tarantino type vibe to some of his stuff. I would say it's a little more lighthearted, but it's also dark. So it's very weird for me to explain it that way. I'm very confused about my own description as well. But I do enjoy it, although I don't understand. Key and Peele go together, so I don't understand how Peele is by himself. This is like peanut butter and jelly, or
I could have used a little bit of Key in this.
Chip and Dale. You need them together. Like
maybe Key should have been the guy who works at Fry's or something. I don't know.
Where was Key? He didn't even make a little. Normally, there's some kind of appearance by Key as well. I think so.
I don't think so. But anyways, Jordan Peele, I loved him from Get Out. I mean, he's not in it. He directed it. But
no, but Daniel Kaluuya, I think is how you say his name. He's also he's the one from Get Out, and he was also in an episode of Black Mirror. And he did really good. I
loved him in Get Out, so I'm glad to see him in this. But yeah, Jordan Peele, his movies, I loved Get Out. Then he did Us, and it was not as good for me. And then he did Candyman, which... Yeah, I didn't really like Candyman too much, but I at least admire it for the way it was filmed. Jordan Peele did a good job. I'm just not a big Candyman guy myself. Yeah. And the whole gentrification stuff, I didn't need all that. But and he kind of doesn't throw a lot of politics in this movie, which I appreciate.
No, I didn't get a lot of that. I mean, there was like an OJ comment.
That was funny. the guy like from Get Out, he plays OJ in this. So you want to quickly explain the plot of this movie?
So basically, there's this big giant UFO, or as they would call it now, UAEP or something like that. You know,
UAP.
UAP. Yeah, they changed the name of UFO.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yeah, they changed the name of UFO to fool all of us people, so then we just don't care anymore.
No one likes UAP.
No. So there's your political change, I guess, of how you call things. But there is this big giant thing in the sky that they're trying to catch. You know, I guess they figured it out. They're not trying to catch. They're trying to catch on film. They're trying to film it, have evidence, and make their big money.
Well, it starts off with this like horse rancher guy like gets killed by a nickel falling from the sky. And, like, his son also works there, and he sees this thing. And he puts his dad in a truck and is taking him to the hospital, and he's bleeding all over the side of the truck. Yeah. He doesn't try and stop the bleeding or anything.
No,
he's just like, hang in there with us. Are you going to be all right?
They're there.
But, like, let's not stop the bleeding or anything. But he dies, and his son takes over the family business, and it's not going too well.
Right. His dad was the one that really kind of made the business successful, even though it's been a generation. Started with the great grandfather.
The very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse. And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great.
So...
And they train horses for, like, Hollywood commercials and movies and stuff like that.
And I think he's really good as a horse trainer, but he's not the presenter guy. He's not the one that can sell it. And... you can tell he's very antisocial, doesn't really like get along with other people. So
he's not very charismatic. So.
Right. So then here comes his sister, who she's like, you know, hopping, bopping, and trying to like make the next.
But she's also trying to sell herself more than the family business.
She thinks that the family business is her side business. She's trying to do all this other stuff. So they're like kind of button heads, you know, I guess, since their dad died.
Yeah. What'd you think of their dynamic?
You know, at first, you could tell they didn't like each other, but then they kind of did like each other. So I guess, I don't know.
Typical, brother-sister kind of relationship, I think so.
I liked her. She is played by Keke Palmer. I liked her. She did a really good job. So
we've seen her in Barbershop, the Medea movies.
Yeah. So, you know, she brings a pretty good, fun element to it, too. She kind of tries to make it lighthearted. When they figure out this thing's up there, because it takes a while for them to figure it out, but when they figure out it's up there, her mind immediately goes to, let's catch this thing on film, and we can sell this to Oprah.
Well, her brother says
he's
Oprah.
The one that came up with Oprah, but like Oprah quality, because he's like, you know, a lot of people have videos of UFOs, and you know,
he's
they're
like,
not
yeah, I don't know if Oprah's gonna go for this. She's like, well, you said Oprah.
So she's just trying to like make the next dollar and trying to catch this thing on camera.
She sees a business opportunity to try and capitalize on getting this thing on film and selling it. But the problem is this thing shuts off all kinds of electronic equipment when it's near it.
Now, you do get the sense from him that, I mean, even though he doesn't say, he kind of goes along with it. You know, the family business isn't doing great. They need money. So he's going along with that aspect. But you also kind of get the sense from him, since he saw his dad get killed, and he's in his mind explained that it wasn't some random, like, objects falling from a plane that killed his dad, that this had something to do with this object or this UFO of sort. So he wants to kind of solve this and figure it out, I think, to come to some kind of closure with his dad.
Yeah,
they don't really say that, but I think that's the impression.
And somehow they go to like the Fry's electronics store and buy all kinds of like surveillance equipment
with no money.
Yeah, I don't know where they get the money from it.
Well, we've done it.
But that brings in the character Angel, who works for Fry's Electronics, and he's like, you want the warranty? You need the installation or what? And he's like, nah, I'm good.
And he's like,
is it hard to install though?
No, not for me. For you, impossible. So, you know, next thing you know, he's installing it. So that's fine. But he kind of like wedges his way into this whole scenario.
Yeah, he catches on like what's going on here. And he can like remotely monitor the cameras even though
they tell him not to.
Yeah. So he crowbars himself into this thing.
He kind of figured out something was up when he was setting up the surveillance camera for the whole ranch with the cameras pointed at the sky. Like, he's like, well, you've had some theft and break-ins and missing horses, but you want me to look at the sky. Like, he kind of figured something was up there.
So what did you think of this plot in general, though? UFOs, aliens, are you into any of that?
I mean,
I'm always fascinated by a good alien story.
Yeah. Do you
Those things creep me out.
Do you believe they're out there?
I've had a few nightmares.
The truth is out
I had
there.
a few nightmares about them. So that's enough to convince me.
See if you can sleep soundly
that they're
tonight.
a danger.
That they're in danger, or
No,
they are
a danger.
Yeah. Oh,
everybody know that.
Oh, okay.
They don't come in peace, especially in this movie.
Yeah. They could already be among us. You never know.
Never know. Yeah, plenty of movies about it.
Yeah.
But I like the plot. I'm interested in the premise, and this one does it a little bit different, which initially I was down for, but the final act kind of loses me a little bit.
Yeah, they took this. You know, at first they were very kind of cryptic about it. You only see flashes of it, and then
I like that. It's kind of like the Jaws effect, right? You just see the little fin come out of the water with the noise, and you're like, "Oh God, I can't wait to see what's going on here."
Exactly. And then throughout the movie, you see a little more of it, a little more of it, and then they kind of really just show you the whole thing and how it works and how it does its thing, and then at some point in time, it changes into morphs into some whole other thing, and that I didn't get.
Yeah, that kind of lost me at that because I was like, wait a minute. I mean, you have to, I think, probably be paying like very close attention, and I guess my mind drifted for a second. I was like, what is going on?
We can't hit pause and rewind,
I was like, what the heck is going on here?
How did that happen? And now what's it doing?
Becomes like a transformer at one point. Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah, exactly. And then there's some weird like box thing within it. I don't know.
The box thing looked cool, but I'm like, what is this now? He's trying to put on a show for me.
It looked kind of more of like a...
looked like a kaleidoscope that's constantly changing, like, oh.
Yeah, but like a mushroom top, almost.
It looked like a jellyfish a little bit.
Yeah, a jellyfish or a mushroom top, and then all of a sudden there's just like this...
I don't know what was going on with the thing. It confused me, threw me off.
Yeah.
Something out here, and you're the only person in the world that can get it on film.
And they bring in this professional, like, director, camera guy in who has a solution to electronic problem, and then he gets all goofy. He gets all goofy, and I'm like, I don't like what happened to him at the end. He gets all crazy, and I don't
know that I could tell you what happened to him at the end. And to be honest with you,
Just waiting for the perfect time to shove metal probes up our asses.
I'll be rooting for you.
What's his name? Stephen Yeun from the Walking Dead. Glenn's in this.
Right here, you are going to witness an absolute spectacle.
yeah, and they have a side story with him, like his character's
And that's a little
backstory.
weird. And
It's an interesting story, and I enjoyed the footage and watching his backstory,
it's
but I
kind
don't.
of disturbing.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed that. I don't know why, but I don't understand what it brought to this movie and this plot.
He is like a child actor that was on a show where a chimpanzee was part of the family, and the chimpanzee one day goes crazy and starts like killing everyone on the set. So I don't know what that had to do with the bigger picture of these things. I mean, sometimes Jordan Peele is like a Christopher Nolan, and his movies got layers. You just gotta,
there's
like,
a layer.
put a lot of thought into it.
Well,
and
there's
I'm
the
like,
shoe layer, because like you don't really think it has anything to do with like his backstory with like a chimp goes crazy and kills people. Like, what does that have to do with an alien? But then
it impacts Glenn.
But his name's not Glenn. But in that scene where it shows after one of the characters on the set gets murdered, there's a shoe that's like stuck up.
Well, it's impossible.
It's and like it's impossible for a shoe the way it sat there, and then
It's just
he
like
actually
standing
has
vertically
that.
and
Yeah, and he has that in a collection case as a memoir or something from his time. But I'm like, what does that have to do with any? I don't know what that has to do with the chimp going crazy. I don't know what it has to do with an alien thing.
the chimp is special. They did the first like knuckle bomb thing.
Knuckle bomb. Exploding knuckle bomb.
Exploding.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
yeah, that's a weird side
I didn't
element
know
to
what
this whole thing.
Yeah. But I did enjoy
and
it.
they do show the chimpanzee going crazy, and it's kind of probably like the most disturbing part of this whole movie.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Now, what do you think about the way this is filmed? Because at some points, it's like Jordan Peele like does this little artsy fartsy stuff where a guy goes to black and has like a horse's name.
Yeah,
and
I
those are
think
like
they
the
try
chapters almost. In this.
Exactly, like he does kind of break it down, and I guess that's his way of segueing into like a different section of the movie or a different scene in some way. I mean, it's okay.
I mean, I appreciate all the way like his other movies were filmed, especially Candyman with the dolls and stuff like that was really cool.
Again, I've never seen Candyman. I'm filling in for Billy. I'm not Billy.
Well, you can check out our Candyman.
Yeah,
review,
check it out.
But yeah, I like Jordan Peele the way he films stuff, and I think he's really
But where
growing in the
is
area.
Key? I need Key. I
don't
love
know.
Key and Peele, man. I love them together.
They're in Toy Story 4, if you.
Are they?
They are. But yeah, Aliens. What do you think?
I could take him or leave him. But
So
I did like
what
the
are your
movie.
what do you rate this movie? What are the pluses? What are the negatives to you?
I'd have to give this movie a solid, non-solid 6/7. I'm gonna go like a 6.5. I'm torn between a 6 and a 7. I want to give it a 7, but it just fell apart for me at the end. It got a little too chaotic. Things were changing too fast for me to understand why they were changing, and I just didn't. I didn't buy it. I was buying into it, and then you kind of lost me at the end. So probably.
So you don't think
6.5.
they closed it out pretty well?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think this movie's a 7. I enjoyed it. It's 2 hours and 11 minutes long, which is a decent length.
didn't
And
feel
some
that,
parts
though.
are kind of slow, but I was with it. Good dialogue.
Yeah.
And I like the teases of what's going on. It's just when they do eventually get to what's going on, I think it's an interesting premise, but they just didn't stick the landing in the end for me. I mean, I did enjoy the scene where there are like little grays on the ground and one of the barn lights goes on. He goes and turns it off and starts to leave, and it comes back on. And then he goes to investigate, and there's like a little gray alien figure like at the light switch, and he's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, it's like one of those moments. Do I run? What do I do? But he pulls out like his phone and starts to film it.
Until he
this
sees
creepy
the
thing.
second one.
The second one kind of like pokes out, and he's like, nope, I'm out of here. And then he like runs around the corner, and he's got his phone out, and then you start to barely see like the alien come around the corner, and then like one kind of like swoops down. And I enjoyed that scene because I love the suspense build.
Yeah.
But I would give this a 7 overall. I liked it. If the ending was stronger, this would have been so much better movie for me. But because it just falls apart a little bit, especially the alien thing. I don't know why it's like transforming.
But is that
and doing
also a
stuff.
Peele thing? Is to have like just chaos at the end?
He likes to throw a twist at you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is
Sometimes
really
I
a
think
twist.
he likes to throw
I mean,
in
the
chaos.
twist is kind of like what's going on with the ship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was hoping for a little bit more with it.
It was just not. It didn't. They didn't wrap it with a bow. Sorry. I needed.
Yeah,
a bow.
and these movies sometimes depend on that, you know.
Yeah.
Because they're teasing you with this ship the entire time and everything, so you're like, oh, what's going on? Is the mystery like deeper and stuff like that? And it gets interesting, but
Yeah.
How it wraps up, I didn't really appreciate it.
Agreed.
Any other thoughts with this movie?
Where's Key? I love Key and Peele.
They
Not
don't
that
have
Peele
to be
can-
together.
I mean, it's Chip and Dale. It's peanut butter and jelly. You got to have Key and Peele.
You don't have to have him.
Yeah,
Get Out, he
I
wasn't
mean-
in it, and that movie was great.
I don't know. I didn't Key make an
What'd you think about the Get Out guy coming back for this? Another.
Oh, I
film.
like him. I mean, he has a presence that he brings on film that, and his acting is really good. Like he can play. I just don't think he can play like an energetic person. I haven't seen him play an energetic role. He's pretty subdued in most of his roles. But I do like the type of actor he is, and
He's also in Black Panther, I think, right? So.
well, the thing
wasn't
is
very
I
energetic there
buy
either, though,
him
so.
as his character. I don't look at him as like, and that's like what tells me if I like the actor themselves, if they're a good actor, or if I say, oh, that's, so and so playing that character versus like I just see him as that character. I didn't articulate that well, but it's right there in my head.
Well, all right, guys, that's our review of Nope. If you've seen it, let us know in the comments what you think. Let us know if we're on track or
Forget
not.
to hit the like and subscribe button.
And yeah, hit that like and subscribe if you enjoy, what we're putting out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time.
See ya. It's in my way. Can you hear me? How will I know?
You gotta go stick around because we're about to find out. It's like a pause. Stick around because we're about to find out. Hey guys, we just saw Jordan Peele's Nope. Are UFOs coming to get the guy from Get Out?
Stick around because we're about to find out. I can't pause. I don't know how to pause.
Are we getting a call from my supervisor asking how my service was?
5 stars, Angel. 5 stars.